What's up, it's LactateLactate, and today I'm bringing you a good old-fashioned gameplay commentary on Team Deathmatch on Afghan. And it's a not a monster score, but it's a pretty damn good score, especially considering I'm not running an 11 kill streak. I decided to go with a Predator Missile, Harrier Strike and Pavlo, which is one of my favourite sort of kill streak setups for Team Deathmatch, along with the UAV, Predator Missile and Harrier. But this one tends to yield slightly higher scores, and I think that's why I was running at this game. That, along with the fact that Afghan is quite an open map, other than the cave and the bunkers. I don't think they held at any point this game. But other than those areas, it's very open, and your kill streak's going to do work. Especially if you place them right and the other team aren't shooting down air support. It also allows you to run around, with your gun, which is always good. It probably makes the game more fun, makes the gameplay more fun to watch, and especially as I'm using a gun like the Scar Silence, very, very advantageous to me. So anyway, so as you saw, I went up to that, sort of looking over the plain, which is a sort of rush I normally like to take because it gives me good cover, and I can sort of pick off any idiot that decides to just run through the centre of the map at the beginning of the game, straight off the spawn. Pick one guy off, and because I didn't see much action, I sensed they're all coming around from the back of the cliff. So I go up there, and sure enough, find a few guys, and manage to take them all out. As I've taken a few guys out, I know they're probably all going to be coming back for revenge, so that's why I decided to sort of stay here. But I do put my Harrier behind the back of the cave because I think that's where they're going to spawn. I would say knowing the spawns is one of the most important things in this game. It doesn't matter how good you are with your gun or anything like that, how awesome a player you are. If you don't know the spawns and you can't find traffic, it all goes to waste, doesn't it? So that's why I decided to put my Harrier, and there you go, it gets me my Pavlo. So now I've got all my kill streaks. I sense that I can sort of be a bit more aggressive, rush forward a little bit. I'm thinking if it was me, I know that if there was a Harrier up, where on my spawn, I'd be running into the cave right now. So that's why I decided to look, and sure enough, find a guy. Probably a bit lucky not to get commandoed or have his claymore kill me there, but nonetheless managed to pick up the kill and make my way back here to reload. So I decided to call my Pavlo in as my Harrier sort of flies off. I generally don't like having my Pavlo and my Harrier up at the same time, just because I want to make the most out of each kill streak. It's just something I tend to do. I'll probably break that rule quite a lot, but it's a little rule I tend to have. So as you can see, I heard a few shotguns. That's why I decided to back up and sort of make the encounter a bit more long range. Take a shotgun out of the equation, and I'll get a Semtex in there, but I don't think I'll get anyone. So they know I'm there. That's why I decided to flank round now, because I'm probably not going to win that gunfight if I keep going. So I go around the back of the cave and manage to pick off someone by surprise. Sure enough, they come around to sort of flank me, and I managed to get one of them. Not quite sure where the other guy goes, but I decided just to leave it and sort of enter their spawn, get out my secondary, and so go to work. Good old PP2000 doing me well there. That, along with the UAV, really helped. The UAV probably the most underrated kill streak in the game, I think. Not too many people run it because everyone wants to get those big scores, and it always seems to me I'm never on a team that runs it because I'm always try and play anyway with pretty good players, and so everyone wants to get to their chopper gunner. So having a UAV isn't something that's too common for me, but when I do get it, I try to take full advantage of it. And I think I did a pretty good advantage there. Unfortunately got picked off at the end. I'm not quite sure how I didn't even hit the guy, but probably something to do with connection or whatever. I don't even know. It happens, doesn't it? I say getting a flawless game is pretty tricky. I think it's probably as much down to luck as anything else on this game. It doesn't matter how good you are. Chances are you're going to get caught out once or beaten one gunfight throughout the duration of a game. But as you see, I've only died once so far, and I make my way back to the cave because that's where I sense they're still going to be spawning back there and probably going to be running through the cave. These boxes are great to take cover behind. I always think it's much easier to shoot into the cave than out of it. You've got much better vision, and using those boxes for cover makes you a pretty difficult target. Someone has to come around and fight you, making the engagement very much on your terms, which is very, very important in any Call of Duty, I think. As you see, so call my Predator Missile in. See, they're all on the cave, and that helps me, in my decision making for where to put my Harrier. I don't think I actually get any kills with the airstrike portion of it, but it was probably a good decision nonetheless. I think my Harrier does get me a few kills. Sort of paying attention to little things like that is again what I think separates, the good from the great, as it were. Your Predator Missile, yeah, it gets you some kills or whatever, so if you're lucky, but also it reveals, a lot of enemy position on the map. So you're paying attention to little things like that, and where the enemy are, where they're going. It's something you should always do whenever you're in a Predator Missile. So I'm clearing out the cave now because I've got a Pavlo in my pocket, I've got a Harrier up, and I don't want them to be hiding from it in here again. So I see they're not in here, and that's why I decided to call in my Pavlo. So I decide they're probably still on the cliff, but just to be safe, I know there's a spawn back here, so I'm still going to just have a look around, just check it out. See, there's no one there, so that's why I proceed up to the cliff. And also I see where my Pavlo's shooting. looking at, again, little things like that, where your payflow, how you're shooting, or if your teammate's got a chopper gunner, where they're shooting is always very important. And I guess they're going to be back in the cave, and sure enough, there they are, and pick up a quick double kill. As I said, don't want to be attacking around that side, and I know they're probably going to be spawning around the back of the cave, so I'll make my way over here, and again, sure enough, get another kill. Now, the game's sort of winding down here. This bit really annoyed me, because I knew I was on a good score, and I had a potential to have a, and one game, and this guy just catches me out. I didn't have enough ammo to kill him, didn't have enough time to switch to my secondary, but still, finished 37-2, really quick game. The other team only managed to rack up 24 kills, which is pretty poor for a team deathmatch score. Playing with the Obsidian Miner in this game, coincidentally, I definitely thoroughly recommend checking out his channel. He hasn't got any Call of Duty up on there yet, but it will be coming as soon as he gets his HD PVR sorted out, which should be any day now. And yeah, it's going to be, I know, from experience, it's going to be very well done, very professional, very friendly. So thoroughly recommend checking that out. There'll be a link in the description. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. See you later.